Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. This video is going to be my weekly makeup drawer. Let's get into it. There will be quite a few changes this week, and that's because I'm trying some new stuff, and yeah, let's just get into it. I'm gonna start with face powders again, like always. Face powders. I know I had said that these stay in here, the blotting sheets. That's because I have two more in my purse that stay in my purse. These are for emergency when I'm at home and I need to blot. So those staying. I had put this Fit Me powder last week in here by Maybelline, and the shade is medium buff. I still have such mixed feelings about this thing, so I'm gonna keep it in here for one more week. The one thing that I will be taking out, and that's gonna be this Bare Minerals Mineral Veil, the Illuminating Mineral Veil. This thing is very pretty. I use it on my neck, on my chest, the days that I'm wearing like a low-cut shirt or something like that, or just on regular days. I have two of these for some reason and I want to use them up. They don't go anywhere, so I'm not making any dent in it. So I'm gonna take this out. Laura Mercier Staying Hourglass Ambient Lighting, the stain that's in my project pan. This Tarte, it's gonna stay one more week. I'm gonna give it one more week. I don't know if I should be filming an update for my 18 in 2018. I don't have a whole lot of progress. I don't know if it's going to be so boring if I upload it every single month, but I don't know. I'll update you on how this is going when I do film that video. So to replace that Bare Minerals, and it's a little bit different what I'm going to replace it in, but I do want to try it. I just bought it. It will be in a haul. I think the haul video is gonna be posted, or is already posted. I don't know if it is. I'll have it linked down below. So I just bought this from Walmart. It's Rimmel Stay Matte Mattifying Loose Powder. I want to see how this thing is. How does it work? If it compares to the Laura Mercier or something like that. So I will be putting this in here. If you would be interested in a review, let me know. Otherwise, I'll just recap you on this when I film next video. My weekly drawer for next week. Again, with this puff, I should just take this thing out. I don't use it ever. I had used it at some point, but okay, that looks good. Next section, blushes. This again is in my project pan, 18 in 2018. The Fenty Beauty. I don't know, I'm getting kind of sick of this thing. It has to stay here. I haven't been using it as much as I want to. I put Rockateur in here last week. I enjoyed it. I'm gonna keep it in here. Finally had a chance to use the Becca Luminous in Snapdragon. This thing is gorgeous, but I think it's time I move it out of here. Actually, do I want to move it out? No, I'm gonna keep it in because it's like seriously very pretty. The way I use this is go in with a really fluffy blush brush, because it's very pigmented. If I go in with a dense brush, I'm gonna look like a clown. I am gonna take out these two. This is the Bare Minerals Vintage Peach. Absolutely one of my favorite, if not my only favorite blush, but I should take that out. It's been here for quite a few weeks. And this is also by Becca Songbird. I used this a couple times. It's very natural, appropriate for every day, so it's gonna come out. So this time I did things a little differently. I have all of my makeup products on my computer. They're not numbered. Well, they are sort of numbered, so all of my blushes are numbered, and I think I had 68 blushes. So I used the random number generator, and whatever the number is the blushes that are going to be added for this week. This was number 13, and this is by Wet n Wild Color Icon Apricot in the Middle. I really like this blush. It's very peachy. It has a slight glow to it. It reminds me a lot of that Songbird blush, but that one is totally matte. This is a little luminous. So I'm happy with this pick. I am not very happy with this pick, and that's the e.l.f. blush palette, and this is the dark. I have both the light and the dark. I think this was number 62 or something like that. Doesn't really matter. It was random generator. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I'll be able to make this thing work for me. You know what I tried to do is I tried to pop these out. They do pop out, so I tried to pop them out and make a custom palette. I wanted to put in the stuff that are in the contour palette, take some stuff out, replace some. They don't fit. The contour palette ones are smaller, so they don't snap in here, which kind of sucks. Anyways, so this is the e.l.f. blush palette in dark. I have used it before. I've used all of the shades before. They are very pigmented, like super pigmented. You gotta go in with a fluffy brush again, like very light-handed. I like it. I just think it's a little too dark for my skin tone. Even the light palette, I feel like it's too dark for me. But we'll see. I'm gonna keep it. This is definitely not something I plan on decluttering anytime soon, so it's just gonna stay. Hopefully it fits in here. See, is my drawer gonna close? Yeah. All right, bronzers and highlights. The MAC stain that's in my project pan. This Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer, I only used it one time, and I made the mistake of using it the day that I was contouring, because this is like kind of, you don't need a contour. This kind of work as both bronzer contour. This is the darker one, not the light. This is the shade bronzer, not light bronzer. I'm gonna keep it in here. The smell is absolutely amazing of this. It just reminds me of vacation and suntan lotion. I'm gonna keep this in here. The one I will be taking out is this guy, and I did not use this at all. Again, that's the second week it didn't get used, so wonder if I should take it out or keep it in. I'm gonna keep it in. I really want to use this. I want to try it out. I'm gonna put in, also I did the same thing, a random number generator, and the one it picked for me was this one. I can't remember what number it picked. I think I had like 35 bronzers. I could be mistaken. So I picked this one, and this is by Too Faced Sun Bunny. This thing is very, very pretty. It is a little, well, it's a lot shimmery. It's very glowy. It's very pretty. So I'm excited to use this. I'd used it in the past, and I really liked it. So I'm excited for it again. I'm gonna have 4 bronzers. It's okay. For highlights, this thing is absolutely beautiful. I don't want to take it out. Yeah, I'm gonna keep it in. This guy's in my project pan. I'm gonna keep it in as well. See, I think maybe I should film a project pan update, because I do have a nice little dent in here. I did use this. This guy is very beautiful. I have to tell you though, there are like chunks of glitter in here, which is fine basically, because it kind of flies away before you put it on the skin. This also smells very sweet, kind of like chocolate smell. I like it. I'm gonna put a different one in. So yeah, I'm gonna take this out completely. Again, I did the random number generator because I think I had 68 highlights or 67 highlights, so it picked number 62. Wait, no, never mind. It picked number 49. And this was number 49. This is by Physicians Formula, the Natural Nude Highlight. This thing is gorgeous. Which is why I took this out, because you can get kind of the same shade by different combinations in here. One of the ways you could use it, swirl them all, swirly brush and all of them together. You can concentrate on this side, this side, this side, or horizontal. So you could do it vertical, horizontal, mixed together. You do need kind of a little bit smaller brush. I usually use like this brush right here. It's not very big, it's kind of small, so it fits perfectly in like the areas that I would want it you know, concentrate on. Normally I just swirl it all together, and I like the glow it gives. Oh no, this is not gonna fit. Oh shoot, I don't like it when things don't fit. Oh, man. Yes. Bulky items. What happened to small, little, tiny packaging? Okay, maybe I'm gonna make it fit this way, but then I end up mixing bronzer and highlights. Okay, it fit as long as my drawer closes. Yep. Okay. Enough weird rant. Let's move to lips. I did use every single one of these in my, I am doing daily photos. I did miss one day, and that was the day that I used this color. I hated the look that it turned out, so I didn't post it on Instagram. This is by Smashbox, and this is, I think it's one of like the Stay On metallic lipsticks. It's in crimson red. I'm not 100% sure. It was like 100-point perk. This is what it looks like. It's very like metallic. This definitely does not stay on. It's not long lasting. I got ready, I ate breakfast, and on my way to work I looked in the mirror and I was like, oh my goodness, half my lipstick is gone. I did have to reapply, and to be honest, this is like the only time I wore a red lipstick, and I did not keep it on. I did not reapply it all day. I ended up using one of the mauve colors that I have in my project pan. I don't know if I'm gonna declutter this. I know my mom had purchased the full size because she really liked it. So I don't know if I'll pass this along to her or give it another shot or what. The NARS is amazing. This one was a little too orangey for my liking, but I did like it. It was very comfortable. If you watched my previous week's makeup, like my last makeup drawer, I swatched all of these colors. So, you know, you can refer back to that if you're interested, because I'm putting another 7 red lipsticks. I'll be right back. I need to clean my hands so I can swatch them for you. Okay, so I am back, and let me show you the lipsticks that I chose for these next 7 days. Next week is Valentine's Day, so perfect time to wear red lips. Let me start with the first one. This is by MAC, and this is Ruby Woo. Oh my god, I love this thing. I love, it's very matte, which I really love. I do use a lip scrub before I use this, and I make sure that my lips are hydrated, and I do the same thing, lip scrub when I take it off, and a thick lip balm at night because it's matte, it's extra matte, so it's kind of drying. Next is a Sephora lipstick, and this is the new lipsticks by Sephora. You'll also see this in my haul if it's already uploaded. Again, I'll have it linked down below. I think, what color is this? This is number 22, A Little Magic. I'm excited to use this. The color is just absolutely gorgeous. So I'm looking forward to this. This one says it's matte as well. It's definitely not as matte as the Ruby Woo. But Ruby Woo, oh, one of my favorite lipsticks. Next I have, and this is by e.l.f. This is another metallic lipstick. I don't know if I'm gonna like it or not. The color is Brat. Well, technically those are marketed as lip gloss, but it's pigmented enough for it to be a lipstick. So can see this is very similar to that Smashbox that I had in here before, and did not like it. The only difference is this is $2. The Smashbox, I think the full price is $24. So this is gonna be in here. I don't know if I'll declutter it or not. Next one that I have is also by MAC, and this was one of their this past holiday lipsticks, and this is in the color Rouge on Snow. Again, gorgeous red. a little more blue red than kind of like a yellow orangey red. That's what it looks like. I'm very excited to try this out this week or use it this week. The next one that I have is by Wet n Wild Catsuit, and this is in the color Missy and Fierce. I know a lot of people did not like these. I haven't tried the red one yet. I purchased it after I tried the one of their like Very Berry. I think it's called Very Berry or something like that. And I really liked that one. So I purchased this one, you know, after I tried that one. You can see it's very dark. Another very pretty red. I've had this for a couple months now. I think I purchased it before the holidays and I haven't had a chance to use it, so I'm excited for it. One of my newest lipsticks as well, and that will be in the haul video. This is from MAC. I did use this though, and that's the new Sia, Viva Glam Sia. Another gorgeous lipstick. Oh no, I dug my nail into it. Oh, why would I do that? Darn. Anyways, this is what it looks like. Not a whole lot of variation in these lipsticks for this week, but that's okay. I love my reds. This is the Sia color. And the last one, and this has to be absolutely my most favorite lipstick ever, is by Besame, and this is the color Victory Red C224. Oh, this thing is amazing. Yep, there's definitely a trend. I do like my blue-red or blue undertone lipsticks, or I don't know if that's the correct term. This thing is amazing. The staying power, if you follow the instructions on how you're supposed to apply these, is just phenomenal. So I'm glad that it's in here for this week. This has to be like my son's favorite lipstick to pull out and want to play with, and every time I see that, I think I have like an internal heart attack. I take it from him because no, this is mama's lipstick. You're not touching that. You can play with the other ones, destroy them, but no, don't come near this guy. Anyway, that's enough ranting about my lipsticks. Let's move on to primers and sprays and stuff like that. I have the Tatcha Luminous Dewy Primer. This is also in one of my pending projects, and I've made progress on it. I use it mainly on the weekend before I put on makeup, because I put on makeup pretty late on the weekend if we do go out or something. Otherwise, I just use this kind of like a skincare item more than like a pre-makeup item or something like that. Spackle Hydrating Primer. I think it's been making my foundation look a little oily and kind of slip and slide. It's in one of my it's in my 18 for 2018, and I've been using like 90% of the time I put on primer. I've been putting this, not so much this one. I am still using this. I used it today, but this one has been like my go-to because I want to make a progress on it. But I think I'm gonna take it out this week, although it is in my project pan. Actually, I'm gonna keep it in here just because I don't wanna lose it or forget about it, but I know I don't wanna use it this week. I do wanna try something new. And again, I got this in from Walmart along with the Rimmel powder. See it on the haul. Check down below if it's linked. And this is the new Rimmel Lasting Finish Breathable Primer. 8+ hours makeup wear. Ultra lightweight skin perfecting primer. I want to try this guy. I want to see how it's gonna work, if it is gonna work for me or not, because this has been kind of failing lately. Or maybe it's just my skin, and it's been really hot in Southern California, so I'm adding that in. The Smashbox Photo Finish Primer. Honestly, I have not used this thing since I put it in here the beginning of January. I don't know what I'm gonna do with it. I really don't like it. I've said that before. I use it on the days with no makeup because it's kind of like also a skincare item. So I might keep it in here along with this, just so I remember to use them. The last thing, well, two things, Mario Badescu, this is staying. I wet my brush with it. And the e.l.f. Under Eye Primer, I have not been using that. It's been awful. I'm slacking, so they're staying. For the eye section, I did add this little guy because I finished, or I continued working on my inventory, and it was time for single eyeshadows. And this thing, it's old. I mean, I've had it for a while. This is by NARS and the color Strata. This packaging by NARS, oh, it gets so gross. It irritates me. It feels like so sticky. But this color is just absolutely gorgeous. Let's see if my finger will fit in there. It's purple, but with kind of like a golden, I don't know how to describe it, like a golden green shift to it. It is absolutely gorgeous. If you use the right eye primer and you use the good setting spray, you can get that shift. It's seriously gorgeous. So I did add this in here when I did my inventory because I'd forgotten about it. I added it because I'm like, hey, this way I'm gonna remember to use it, hopefully. So I put it in here. Two things that I really use and I really loved are the Glazing Eye Gloss. I use the color Amethyst, this one, and I use the color, this guy, which color is this? Starlight. They're gorgeous. I keep them in here because I like having the option of topping pretty much any look I do with the Naked 3 with one of these. The same goes for the Stila ones. This is my glitter primer. I don't know if I had this last week, but I put it in here because I do have a little pan in here. And when I did my inventory, I have a backup of this guy. So I want to finish it, or, you know, move one of them out of my collection. So it's in here for that. One thing that I think I'm gonna call it done after this 1 week is my Urban Decay little 24/7 eyeliner. This thing is so tiny. It was so hard to sharpen this last time. So I think I can get maybe 2 or 3 uses out of this, and then it's gonna be gone. It might not be here next time I film this video. Next, let's do this section. I have my lip scrub. This is in my lip service. If you watch my lip service update, I talked about this. I'll have that one linked down below or up in the cards above. Dr. Brand Luminizer Primer. I really like it. It's staying. I like it a lot better than the Spackle Primer by Laura Geller. It's a little bit different, but I do really like this guy. Marc Jacobs Hourglass. You know, this is, well, new when I put it in, in my 18 in 2018, but I was using it a couple days ago and I had to pump a couple times and nothing was coming out. It's still very full, so I don't know if it's like a pump issue or what. Anyway, this is gonna stay in here. I have been mixing it with my foundation certain days, some days, not all the time. Definitely not when I'm wearing this primer because this is very luminizer. I'm not gonna put too luminous on my face, especially because the foundation I'm using it's had a natural finish, not really a matte finish. So I don't want to look too greasy, but I like it. I think it's too much money for what it is. I definitely would not repurchase this thing. It smells good like coconuts, but that's about it. Makeup Forever HD Foundation. This is also in my Project Pan 4x420, so I'm gonna keep it in here. I will, though, and I'm getting sick of using Too Faced Born This Way foundation. I've been using it like 90% of the time, or 5 days out of the week, and then 2 days I would use this. So again, this is new from Walmart. I bought it with the other Rimmel stuff. You'll see it in the haul. Link down below. And this is the Rimmel Lasting Finish 25-hour breathable long wear foundation. 25 hours. Who wears their makeup for 25 hours? Are we trying to beat the 24 hours? I don't know. I think all these names are a little gimmicky. I bought this in soft beige. I have issues finding my color shade. You know, my shade in their color range, but hopefully this one will be a good match. If you guys would really like a review on the 3 Rimmel products, I can definitely do that. I plan on using them this whole week. Definitely gonna use that all week. Most likely will use this all week because this guy's almost empty and I have a couple months left for, well, I have 2 months left. Problem making things fit. Anyways, so here's the fun part. Wet n Wild brow mascara. I barely used it. MAC False Lash Extreme Black. I think I can get 1 week out of this still. So it's gonna stay. Or Too Faced eyeliner. I haven't really been reaching for it that often because I'm trying to finish this guy. So it's gonna stay in here. My L'Oreal Voluminous Primer is finally gone. There's a tint now to the wand, to the primer. It's supposed to be completely clear, but I think it picks up some of the shadow from my eyelashes. So it's coming out pretty clean. It used to come out very goopy, you know. It's been open for more than 3 months, so I'm gonna call this an empty. So it'll be in my empties video coming up the end of the month. This guy is getting smaller and smaller. I still like it. I like it actually a lot when I use the Naked 3 palette, so it's gonna stay in here. My Anastasia Brow Wiz. Ooh, I opened the wrong side. So this is what happened with my spoolie. I don't know if it's just too rough or what. Anyway, this thing broke. This thing is staying in here, and you know, I completely forgot that I got an eyebrow pencil in the last BoxyCharm. I was supposed to continue using all of my BoxyCharms items so I can give a review. So I will add that to here, and I will exclusively use this for the next week because I think my BoxyCharm will be here next week. The NYX Epic Liner has been great. It replaced the tattoo liner last week, so it's gonna stay in here. And finally, Kiko Milano Into the Dark Mascara. I'm done with this. It's been less than 3 months, but it's not performing the same. It's making my my eyelashes too far apart. It's not giving me that volume that it used to. I'm gonna call this quits. And what I'm gonna replace the eyeshadow, the eyelash primer, and that mascara with are, should have put them next to me like I did the other stuff, but I didn't. So I will be replacing them with these. And these are the Grande, the same company that does the Grande Lash MD. I bought these around the holiday, or they were a gift from my husband. They sold. I use the Grande Lash MD every single night, so I wanted a replacement for that. And they had like a kit, 4 things: the lash serum, a black liner, and these 2 in the kit. So he bought that for me for Christmas. Anyways, long story short, I'm gonna put the lash primer in here to replace that L'Oreal one. I don't know if they're gonna work well or not. It's gonna be my first time using them. And I will put in the Grande mascara in here as well. I'm hoping that this is in the color black. It doesn't really say. No, it does not really say. Anyway, so, oh, it's pretty. Kind of matches their lash serum. So these are gonna be here. If you're interested, I can give a mini review. Again, things are not fitting. So frustrating. This guy, my Makeup Forever Mist and Fix, staying. Lorac I have a companion palette that goes with my Naked 3 palette, and this guy, I had picked this guy out myself. I did not use a random generator or anything like that. I don't know that I like this palette. When I, how can I say this? They kind of blend, the shades blend into each other. They end up looking sort of muddy. Yeah, just let me see, where can I swatch this? I noticed that last time I did not do any sort of swatches, and I had a lot of people comment on this because I also posted on Instagram, and a lot of people were interested in these colors. The ones that really pop as soon as you look into it or at it are probably these. For me, was the purple. See what I mean? Like, it doesn't even swatch nicely. It's not very it's just not there. Do you see that? Hopefully you can see that. You can see like that powder. Yeah, it's not very pigmented, and I bought it mainly for this shade because I really was lusting over the Natasha Denona palette, and I figured this probably would be a cheaper alternative, and I'd watched Emily Noel's review and she swore by it. She strayed me wrong. I mean, you could make them work. It requires a lot of effort. The one day that I did use this, I was building and building and building the shade, and even with like a primer, like that water setting, the Mario Badescu, I still had issues with it. I don't know. I'm happy that it's gonna be out of this drawer for this week, and it'll probably be a whole other year before it comes back in, because I do have a lot of eyeshadow palettes. I know my mom, when we were, before, like when this first came out a while ago, way before Christmas, my mom was visiting me and we were browsing Ulta's website, and she thought that this would be very pretty. So I might send it to my mom. I don't know. I don't like it that much, but I do like this shade. I mean, this thing is gorgeous. This shade was easy to work with, but do I really want to keep a palette for 2 or 3 shades? I don't know. Anyway, this is coming out. Its week is over. I've used it a couple times. It's time for me to move on. And I did use a random generator for the eyeshadow palette, and the palette that it picked was by BH Cosmetics Smoky Eye 28 color shadow palette, eyeshadow palette. This thing is very pretty. It's been really quite some time since I played with this. It has the purples, it has the red, the grays I typically stay away from. Some of the blues I use, this is probably one of my favorite colors in here, along with this purple. I don't know if you can see a trend, but those two are just kind of very similar. So I'm excited. I'm excited for this to be here. Gives me a lot of variety. I know for a fact I'm not gonna hit all 28 colors in here, but I'm excited for this. I think some of these colors would also be complementary to the Naked 3 palette. So I'm looking forward to using this week. It's very affordable. BH Cosmetics, I think I've seen this on sale quite a bit lately. Let's see, I think I saw it for maybe like $10, $11. It's quite affordable. I really like their foiled ones. The foil 28 color eyeshadow palette. That's absolutely gorgeous. Too bad my random generator did not pick that, but this is gonna be good. God, I've been rambling on forever. This video is gonna be super long. I hope you enjoy long videos because I know it's gonna be long. Okay, last 3 things in here are Pure Bronze and Brighten. This thing, again, went another week of me not using it that often. I promise this week I will use this, as well as the It Cosmetics Brow. I want to give an honest review on these products. My e.l.f. contour palette, I really have been enjoying this contour shade, and that's what happened. Like, I feel like this contour shade is, I'm gonna make a big boo-boo here, but that contour shade, when I used it in conjunction with this bronzer, I ended up looking quite contoured. So they don't go well together, just FYI. But I have really been enjoying this contour shade. I can't believe that I did not use it before. I haven't touched these two this week, but I have been using these two. I will be holding on to this. Maybe next week I'll pick a different contour palette, but maybe, or maybe I can finish that yellow shade this week, and but I'm gonna hold on to this. I'm not gonna get rid of it. I had thought I'll probably get rid of it, but I like all of the things in here. I highly recommend it. I like this guy. I like the bronzer a lot. I obviously like the yellow shade. I use that for under my eye brightening, or like the center of my face. And the contour shade, I really have been enjoying it. Maybe because I've never contoured before, so I don't know if I would enjoy other contours, or if this is like not as good as other contours. But to me, it's been working great, and I've been liking it. And the last thing in here is the Glam Metals Crown Pro. Again, this was through BoxyCharm, and it's gonna be here for this week, and then after that it's gonna be taken out. I've used all the shades that are in here. I really like the palette. Again, like I said last time, these two are not my favorite. I just don't go for these kind of shades. I talked about that in my makeup style tag video. I'll have that link down below. Blue and grayish are usually not my favorite to work with. So that's it. That's my weekly makeup drawer. That was a long drawer. I talked through all of my items. Some items that are not in here but are in my project pan would be like concealer and stuff like that. So they're not in here, but they are being used. I don't know if I should start including concealers and stuff like that. Maybe if I have been exclusively using my Too Faced concealer, Born This Way concealer, as well as this Maybelline Age Rewind in Neutralizer. I use this in the center of my face. I don't use it under my eye. I've taken that fluffy part off because it's frustrating me. Maybe I'll just, this guy's almost done. I'm so excited. I hope I can finish it in February. Otherwise, it's definitely gonna be done in March. I don't know if I should put it in here or not. No, I'm gonna keep it out. This drawer is already cluttered enough, and it's not looking very pretty. Anyways, so if you guys are interested in any of my, if you're interested in reviews for any of these products, let me know down below. If you did enjoy this video, please give it a big thumbs up, and I hope to see you in my next video. Bye. Please don't forget to subscribe. Bye.